Good morning, boys and girls. Last week in reading, we talked about research. And research is something that we do when we have a topic that we're really interested in and we want to learn more about that topic. In order to conduct our research, one thing that we can do is we can read lots of nonfiction books. Those are books that are written to inform, they're written to teach us, and they are full of lots of facts about the topic that we're interested in. This week, we're going to continue to do research and we're going to continue to read nonfiction books. But for your research this week, I would like for you to pick one animal that you are really interested in and want to learn more about. And every day this week, you're going to pick a nonfiction book about that one animal to read. This animal could be your favorite animal, or maybe they're an animal that you don't know a lot about and you would like to learn more about that animal. The animal that I chose to do research on this week is a horse. So I've picked a nonfiction book that is all about horses. Before I get to reading my nonfiction book, though, I came up with 3 things that I would like to learn about in my story. The first thing I would like to learn is, what do horses eat? The second is, what is a baby horse called? And the third is, what do horses need to survive? So those are 3 things I'm going to be looking for in my story today, and I would love your help to help me find the answer to those 3 questions. So today we're going to be reading the story Horses. It is a nonfiction text, and last week we talked about how nonfiction texts have text features. And text features are things that the author includes to help us better understand our story. On this title, there are 2 text features. Can you find them? Good job. We have the photograph, and then we also have the title. The photograph is a photograph of a horse, and the title is Horses. Both of those text features help me better understand that this book is going to be about what? Horses. You're right. Horses by Joanne Early Mackin, reading consultant, Susan Nations, MED. She's an author, literacy coach, and a consultant. A baby horse is called a foal. A foal can stand soon after it is born. Do you see another text feature on this page? I do too. What is that text feature called? Bolded print. Good job, and it is right here. Bolded print are words that the author wants to stand out on that page. They are words that the author says are very important and words that we need to know to help better understand our book. On the other page, we have a photograph. This photograph is a picture of a foal, which we just learned is a baby horse. Did that answer one of my questions? Let's take a look. What is a baby horse called? Question number 2. What are they called? A foal. Good job. A foal drinks its mother's milk. In a few weeks, it grazes on grass. Horses also eat hay and grain. They need fresh water and shelter. Now, did that answer one of my questions? Let's take a look. What do horses eat? What did it say horses eat? Very good. They eat hay and grain. Good job. Did that answer one of my other questions? Let's see. What do horses need to survive? What did they say horses need to survive? Good job. It says they need fresh water and shelter. And right above that, it talks about the food that they eat. So that tells me that horses need food, which is hay and grain. They need fresh water, and they need shelter. Those 3 things to help them survive. When a horse is 1 year old, it is a yearling. It can learn to carry a rider. So when a horse is 1 year old, it's called a yearling. So we learned to question number 2, a baby horse is called a foal, but when they're 1 year old, they're called a yearling. Horses walk, trot, and gallop or run. Horses can sleep standing up. You see another bolded word? What does gallop mean? It says horses walk, trot, and gallop or run. You're right. Gallop means to run. It tells me right here in the sentence. It says gallop, comma, or run. It gave me the definition of gallop right there in the sentence. And horses can sleep standing up. Can you sleep standing up? I can't either. If I were to fall asleep standing up, I'd fall over. A horse's eyes are on the sides of its head. Horses can see ahead and to the sides. They can even see behind them. That's pretty cool. Horses hear very well too. Their ears can turn toward sounds. Some horses are only as tall as a desk. Some are as tall as a door. A large horse can weigh a ton. Wow, horses are really big. Some farmers use horses for work. Have you ever seen horses on a farm? Have you ever seen horses on a farm? I have. And a lot of the times when I see them on a farm, they're usually working. Okay, at the back of our book, we have a text feature called the glossary. It has words from the story in it that we may need help understanding. And the glossary is like a little mini dictionary. It gives us a definition of those words. This book also includes a page with some suggested books and websites. So since I am reading all about horses this week, I could maybe go and try to find some of these books to read. I could also maybe go look at some of these websites to learn a little bit more. The last text feature that this book includes is the index. The index is a page that tells us where different topics are located in our story and what page they are on. So for example, if I wanted to go back in my story and I wanted to read more about yearlings, it tells me I would need to go to page 10. So now I can take the facts that I have learned about horses from my story and I can write them down on a piece of paper. And this is a piece of paper that I'm going to keep with me all week. Because remember, all week I'm going to be reading about horses. And then at the end of the week, I'm going to create some type of presentation. And I'm going to tell a family member or somebody that is really important to me all about what I have learned about horses. So I would like for you to do the same. Pick one animal that you would really like to learn about and research. And I want for you to read books about that animal all week long and keep up with all of the facts that you have learned about that animal. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your week. And I can't wait to hear all of the fun facts that you've learned about the animal that you've chosen to research.